Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the terrific Thursday, the April the 9th. Yep, that's the date edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. Let those fingers do the walking. You can send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Last Show. Right now, we've got all the indices in the green. You've got the Dow up 507 points. That's 2% to the upside. S&P up 2% as well. 61 points. The NASDAQ is up only about 0.6%. Something to think about. You've got the NASDAQ up 53 points, trading at 82.83. Russell 2000 is the big winner. Chicken dinner up 4 6/10% today. That's trading up $55 at 12.46. The semis are up $20, a little over 1%. New York Stock Exchange up 3%. Wilshire up 2.5%. Trandy's up 2%. Composite is up 1%. Trading out at 81.93. Spot volatility index is below its 50-day exponential moving average. We'll take a peek at that. 42.44 is the current print. Gold's up 63. Buckaroonies trading up at 17.47. We'll go figure out where it is headed to. Silver is up 72 pennies, trading out at 15.92. Light sweet crude is up 19 cents. Natural gas back a penny and a half. The 30-year Treasury up 16 ticks, so a half a point. As we speak, she's trading out at 178.25. So where do we begin the day? Let's begin the day here. Let's go take a look at our market profiles, understand where price is trading. In this chart here, we're looking at Stevie's synthetic version of the contract. The reason that we do that is, especially during rollover time period, is because we want to be able to have more data. And also the reason that we can take a look at this allows you and I to be able to take a look at longer term profiles, monthly and or quarterly out here. I'm about to sneeze, so I'm trying to hold that in just in case. I don't have the sneeze button, so to speak. So if I do sneeze, don't worry. It won't travel through. My COVID-19 germs will not travel through the microphone, or at least I don't believe that they will. But let's get back to the charts out here. If you take a look at the ES Mini in the upper left-hand side, you're going to see a descending trend line. And take a look at where the ES Mini is traded into. Very interesting. Now, if we take a look at the very upper right-hand panel, we can see that price is trading just above the bottom of that weekly profile level at 1920. Yeah, that's the bottom. No. What the heck am I looking at there? Sorry. Didn't have my cursor in the right spot. I knew when I was saying it, I was like, hey, that's not right. It's 27.79. We're trading at 2,800. So for a all-out rejection today, I would have to say it would be a close back below the bottom of that weekly profile at 27.79. Getting very close to a top if we are not already here. Let's go take a look at the Dow equity futures contract. We're really going to see the same pattern out here. We've got the exact same descending trend channel line. Price on the daily time frame has gotten right up to it. And if we take a look at the upper right-hand screen out here, we're going to see that, let me get the number for the Dow equity futures contract. The bottom of that weekly profile is 23,740. We're trading at 23,790, basically about right now. So watch the end of the day reading. A close back below 23,740, combined with what we're looking at here in the Dow equity futures contract going into a long weekend. I'm certain that the volume to the upside here today is light. We're getting ready for a holiday. As you know, the markets are closed tomorrow out there. So it wouldn't surprise me to see a change in trend when we come back on Monday out here. The problem is, unless we see some kind of sell-off in some type of short-term time frame signals out here, it's a tough call to make. But here's what we do know about the ES Mini and the Dow equity futures contract. Price has gotten right up to areas of resistance where if this is just a counter-trend rally, price should turn down. But hold on a minute, Steve-O. What if it doesn't? What if price continues to move higher? Well, there is one more level that we will be watching. And what that level is called Stevie's red line. And that is for the weekly time frame. If we take a look at the weekly time frame chart out here, you'll see that the oscillator and change line, Stevie's green and red line, changed colors as we were making the low inside the marketplace. There's a phenomena associated with this when that changes colors, and it says that we see price and that level catch up to each other. The real rejection would be testing, which right now is printing out at 28.68. That will not be the number if price continues to move higher. If price were to close above that level, well, then I would have to say maybe there's something else that's going on other than a counter trend rally. But until that takes place, not a chance. I ain't biting out there. We just have a nice, beautiful counter trend move out there. If we take a look at the daily time frame chart here for the ES Mini, now when I pull this chart up, you'll also see that weekly oscillator and change line level here at the 28.60. There is the A to B equals CD. It's right about at that level, 28.86. And so this could be setting up the beautiful, now this in this case here, because we know that these are tiger Gartleys out here. There's no confirmed A to B equals CD. To the upside, the B point was not passed with volume. When we take a look at those index ETFs out there, the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD inside of the ES Mini would take us up to the 28.86 level. And 28.60 is that Stevie red line on the weekly time frame chart out here. Oops, didn't mean to do that, but we'll be able to adjust that during the breakout here. There was a question that came in about the Russell 2000. If I take a look at the Russell 2000, looks like that was coming in from Earl. And we take a look at the Russell 2000, really just close to completing the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD out here. That would take us into the 1261 level. Basically, we're close enough to say that that pattern has completed. Doesn't have to get to it exactly. Here's the deal. If there's a deal out here, price is going to continue to move higher until we see that first bearish reversal candle. So even though things are up at resistance, say, look, if you're a real aggressive trader, I can understand trying to sell and carry over the weekend. But I think you just wait till Sunday night, Monday to make any decisions. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. TFNN is launching an open house for our Tiger's Den. For a limited time, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Tiger's Den. Just enter promo code OPEN at checkout and pay nothing for 30 days while you try out your Tiger's Den membership as part of our open house. With market volatility at an all-time high and people all over the world working from home if possible, TFNN is hosting an open house in our Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is an interactive chat room that runs all day where other Tigers and Tigresses discuss trading ideas with the hosts and members, along with charts and current market news, as well as live access to the charts the hosts use during their programs. Join us for the Tiger's Den Open House. Begin your Den membership today by just entering OPEN at checkout and pay nothing while you try things out for 30 days. For all the details and to start your Den membership today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the TFNN Tiger's Den Open House taking place now. Sign up today.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So let me finish answering the question that came in from Earl. And I apologize. I've got some issues now going on with my phone. I can't get my emails. So if my voice level, kind of comes a little bit in and out, because I'm looking over at my laptop to take a look at those email requests that have come in. So Earl had written, "Hey, Steve, Russell 2000 is having its best week ever. Does your work agree that the small caps move up first? Thanks." Well, first, with regard to if we just simply take a look at the 4 different ETFs out here, index ETFs, that is, SPY is in the left-hand panel. Then you've got the diamonds, then you've got the Qs. And if you look at the bottom, you'll see those red lines. Those are the swing point levels out there when volume for the swing points, and when those swing points were passed, it was with light volume. Light volume in the SPY, very light volume inside the diamonds, about equal with regard to volume inside the Qs, and light volume inside of the Russell 2000. Now, with regard to the retracement, the SPYs, the diamonds, and the Qs from high to low have done about a 50% retracement, Earl. But if you take a look at the IWM, it's just simply sitting at its 0.382 retracement. Well, now this is a treat. We've got a call from Garo in California, Newport Beach, California. Garo, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Good, and you, sir?
Doing very well. Great to hear your voice. And how are things for you in Newport? What's it like there?
It's very good. I was up in Alaska for a long time. I have a pig farm there. I grow pigs and caribous and mountain goats for a very long time, for about 30 years now there. So I go back and forth. So I was up there for at least a year, almost a year.
Oh, my goodness.
Now I'm back.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, you came back just in time for Newport to shut down.
I was tired of that ice and cold up there, so I came down. I'm going to stay here for about 2-3 months, and again, I'm going to go back into Alaska. It is in Kodiak Island. Yeah.
That's great. Well, it's great to hear your voice. I know everybody inside the Tiger's Den is glad to hear from you as well. So, is it easterly government that we're DEA? Is that the symbol that we're going to take a look at for you?
Yes, sir. DEA is the one that I bought it on 3rd of last month. When 5 days, if you look at the monthly chart, daily chart, I'm sorry. If you look at the daily chart where 5-day simple moving average crossed the 50-day.
Yeah.
I bought there around $24.15. And still I have it. I have 1,500 shares. Now I cannot find the last resistance that I had was $28.39, and now I don't have a new resistance.
Okay.
I want to see if you have. I'm sure you have it there, but I cannot find that any of my charts.
So with regard to resistance, just taking a look at, for example, one of the first places that we would look at would be for our profiles, either our daily, our weekly, and our monthly. And in this instance here, price is trading above all of those levels. So we really don't have any market profile resistance. This is at its all-time high at this stage out here. So there's really no pattern. There's no pattern that initially sticks out to me in taking a look at those charts. So and because we're at new all-time highs, it's probably going to be very difficult. Not probably, it's going to be very difficult to find resistance. We're going to have to see some type of pattern. Maybe wave number 7, a TD9 count, something along those lines. I don't have any of that on the daily time frame. So, and I'm not really sure how I would go about drawing an A to B equals CD pattern here at this stage. So on the daily time frame, I don't see any kind of a topping signal, inside of DEA or resistance for you. On a weekly time frame, price is moving higher, doing it with less relative energy, but you've got such a wide-ranging bar this week. This would require some type of bearish reversal candle to suggest that a top, or at least an intermediate-term top, would be in. So at this stage here, this is only a kind of a warning, like, it might rain, take an umbrella type of a thing. So I don't have anything there for you. And on the monthly time frame, I don't have any sign of any kind of a top. So when you say you can't find resistance, I'm in your court with you. I can't find it either. The only thing, so what do we do in a situation like this? What I would do is just take a look at Fibonacci expansions of the last set of swing points, and I'm going to do that using the weekly chart out here. And in the weekly time frame chart, and all we're doing is the Fibonacci expansions can offer us an idea of where price might be headed to, or where price might be running into resistance. So I'm going to be using the high from the week of March the 2nd down to the low from a couple of weeks, well, in this case here, the low of March the 16th. And price has punched well through that 1.272 level. So I would say from a Fibonacci standpoint, Garo, price looks like it's headed to the 30.36 level. That might be a place where you would find some resistance, but we will see something else on the daily time frame charts. So does that, I wish I could help you out further. But
no, it's okay.
It's all I've got.
$30.36, right?
Yes, that would be the 1.618 expansion of the prior all-time high down to the 2020 coronavirus low out there.
Yes. Very good. Excellent. Very good. That was great. Great. It's a number. It's better than nothing. I'm going to be watching now. From now on, I'm going to trade that by the day. I was expecting for this to pull back to the 5-day moving average to 27.43.
Yes.
And then go higher, or if it's going to roll down. If it goes below, hits the lower dot of the 120 minutes of SAR, then I short it. You see, that 120 minutes for me is so important for the SAR dots. And if you see that started to get bull at March the 20th. from March 20th until now, the dots are all from the bottom, so that it indicates that it is in a very bull position. So as soon as the candle hits the lower dot and the dot goes up, from there on the trend changes to me. That's how I manage my highs and lows and shorts and longs through that 120 minutes. But I didn't have no value for that. I will keep an eye on it. From now on, I'm going to trade it day by day and see what will happen.
But and just for people that are just watching right now, real quickly, folks, Agaro, long-time listener, excellent trader out here. He uses the parabolic SAR system out here. And just to clarify, so you had the dots on the daily time frame, in essence, give you that little bullish sign on March the 18th. But, Garo, you waited for that 5-day to cross above the 50-day before you went ahead and took the trade. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was my insurance. I don't want to keep you longer. I hear the music. I do. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I'll call you back. Thank you, sir.
Sounds great. Thanks for calling. That was Garo in California. We'll be right back. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as the #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 555, S&P 67. Let's go out to where we headed to. I think we've got Ron on the line. Do we have Ron from Denver?
Yes, sir.
Oh, perfect. How are you doing today, Ron?
Great, Steve. Thank you for your time.
Sure.
About a week and a half ago, Ameren, AMRN, got hit real hard. They lost a patent dispute and dropped down to $4. And I bought a bunch of stock and I bought a bunch of options there at 4, and also some more options at 5. And I just.
Uh-oh, we just lost him. Shoot. Ron, can you hear me? How about you guys in the den? Can you hear me? Just make sure it's not on my end. Anybody, can you hear me? Give me a high sign or some kind of sign. Yikes. Okay, Den, we're okay. Okay, great, thanks. Ron, are you back? Okay. Seems like we've lost Ron, but we've got enough information out here that hopefully Ron can hear us, or he can grab the thanks guys and gals, that he can hear this. So we already know that he took a long position in this, and I would get that. Here, if we take a look at what I'm going to have you folks focus on right now is the monthly time frame chart. In September of 2018, maybe at this stage here, I don't know what happened, but we can see just one gigantic wide-ranging bar with big volume behind that move. So that's truly the breakout level. And that broke out from a price point of $2.65. Volume to the upside, 435 million. Volume to the downside last week, believe it or not, it was with lighter volume, 322 million shares, even though big, huge, wide-ranging bar to the downside. So you can understand, I can certainly see why Ron has taken the action that he did. Now, today, what you like, Ron, is the fact that price appears to be, it's trading above. Hopefully, it closes above the top of the daily profile, and that's in the 594. That's at the 594 level. Now, because of that big, huge gap from holders on March the 3rd, just put yourself in their position. You go to bed. This is sleep. This is closes at 1376. You wake up the next morning. You decide to go look at your portfolio, and you see that it is trading all the way down to $3.95 out there. How many of those folks that are in this position, Ron, long, are just saying, I just want to get some of my money back out here? In other words, they must have bought into Ameren, and guess what? They probably don't have that same bullish outlook that you do. But can I see it? I can, absolutely. And your preference today would be for price to close above the top of that daily box at 594 and work to see if this thing can claw its way back up. So I hope that helps you out. We had, and sorry that you ended up dropping off there. And if you needed some more information, please go ahead and give me a call back or something like that. If we take a look at another question that came in, this is from Tim M. And Tim asks a question, is it time to exit TBT? Well, I don't know. I never suggest that you get inside of TBT. And that is I believe that's the direction share for the Treasury bonds out here. So what we really need to do is go take a look at Treasury bonds. And as we do that, we can see the Treasury bonds are trading a little bit higher in terms of dollars, a little bit lower in terms of euros, a little bit lower in terms of yen, a little bit lower in terms of pounds out here. So what we don't have out here, Tim, is a uniform message. So you've got three of the major currencies saying I want to go to lower price, and right now this is the first time the T-bonds in terms of pounds have actually taken out a swing point. Has not taken out a swing point in terms of dollars, has not taken out a swing point in terms of euros or yen out there. But because of this, with regard to the way traders are looking at it in their local currencies, it's kind of a coin toss for me. Let's say that the traders in the other currencies are the big influencers here, not in terms of U.S. dollars. More likely than not, T-bond futures will pull back and test the top of its daily profile in the 174.21 level. So I don't have a real good reason for you to, let's say, exit your TBT trade, which was your question out here. How can I do this? Let's do ZB 0620. I want to try to take a look at a short-term time frame out here. So give me a moment to try to get this thing to load up. See if that will happen. I just wanted to see if there was some kind of pattern out here. Let's see if we can do this and pull it over quickly. It's still calculating. My apology for that. Tim, I'm just going to leave it like this, or leave it with that information I've got. I don't see the reason to exit, but I will say this. I would be very, very careful in the T-bond marketplace out here. And I know that the Fed is out here buying all kinds of different instruments or what have you. I would just be very, very careful. Go back and really listen to what Powell said here. I know what everybody thinks they heard, but the problem is I don't think that they really heard what they should have heard out there. Whenever we take a look at a trade out here, we've got to always look at both sides of the trade. Why was Powell doing what he did today? Look, if you ask a lousy question, I can tell you the kind of answer you're going to get. And it's going to be a lousy answer. And over in Europe right now, you really should be asking the question, why is it in Europe, all the folks out there, why are they clamoring for the U.S. dollar? Why? Because they don't trust their currency. They don't trust their politicians. They don't trust Brussels. They don't trust a whole heck of a lot. And when push comes to shove, folks, they're going to continue to get into the U.S. dollar. And one of those easy vehicles is going to be Treasury bonds. So I just say you've got to be really, really careful. I would prefer that you be really, really careful. Let's go out to Jimmy in Boston. Jimmy, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you?
Oh, good, Steve, and same to you. I called on BTG, and I was in it. I've been in it a couple of times. Nothing to write home about. It was good, but I'm thinking of getting back in, and I'm wondering if you would bite on this rally here today.
So BTG, B2 Gold is the corporation, or is the entity out here right now. So here's what's the time? What's your mental time frame for taking the trade? Is this an intermediate? Is this just a short-term trade? Is this what's the thought process behind that? If my rule is if I ever got 10%, in a day, I'd probably take it and run. But this is something I'm a big believer in everything that you're talking about. I just saw Basil Chapman put up the dollar index, and it's a very bearish formation. And not to get philosophical and take up your time, but I'm a big believer. I think what they've been able to do, manipulating paper gold 100 to 1 or whatever ludicrous number it is. I'm just wondering: are we finally the people that would like to see some justice, so to speak? Did you think it's forthcoming here? Are we ever going to bust out that most of us have been waiting for? Bust out in gold eventually. Hey, we're about to go to
gold.
break. Hang on. We'll be right back, and we'll go right back out to you.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at ticker symbol BTG, B2 Gold out here with Jimmy in Boston. Jimmy, let me give you a feel for where this is headed to, but more importantly, where using just simply our market profile sets of tools. And you can call in, you can ask me about this, and you'll know where those profiles are at. The better entry point, in this case here, would have been down in this 288 to 312 level. Now, the reason that I say that is just simply because this formed a bullish structured profile back on March the 18th out there. And with a bullish structured profile, what this helps you to do, it helps you to understand where are buyers and where are sellers. And buyers are always going to be at the bottom of the box. That was at 288. Sellers are at 432. And with this trading at 411, right now is not the right reward risk out here because it's at 412. 432 could end the rally. But if you take a look at the center line of the box, that's at 312. That's where we have both buyers and sellers. And so in the case of BTG out here, which you trade on and off, you really would have wanted to buy this in between that 288 and 312 level out here. Right. So it looks to me like price is headed to either 432, that's the top of the daily profile, 465, that's the top of the weekly profile, or 437. Those 437, 465, 432, those are your resistance levels where sellers are hanging out. And I just don't know that right now would be the right reward risk for you. Does that make sense? Does that help you out?
Yeah, it sure does. I have another kind of a related question.
Sure.
When they talk about the disparity between the spread between physical gold or physical gold and what you actually have to pay if you want to get a Krugerrand these days or any other gold coin, and how high it is, and the problems, the ability for everybody to short, the paper gold as much as they'd like. Is when you buy a gold stock, Steve, are you buying? Is it more in the physical realm, or is it still considered paper gold? And I'm not quite, that's instead of saying, GLD. I'm not going to. I don't feel like buying GLD. What's your feeling on that?
Oh boy, kind of a loaded question. I think that for me, just to try to keep it simple, when you're buying these gold companies, you're buying the performance of these gold companies, right? So you're basically taking a look at the profitability of them, which is why Tom harps a lot on. And when you enter into different gold companies out there, you want to understand where they're located. Is it a South African country? Are they reporting in U.S. dollars and they're paying out in rand out there? Boy, right now would be, if you ever wanted to take a safari, as soon as they open up, plan your trip to South Africa or Central Africa. I don't care really where you go. You've got, I think the rand is about 19 to 1 right now when I was over there, it was a great deal, and it was like 8 or 9 to 1. But so to answer your question with regard to gold stocks, it's really going to be it's like any stock of any company. It's it's not what's their performance, what's their forward guidance, and really what do buyers and sellers think of it. And that's what you and I are doing right here. We're just analyzing.
Yeah, it's very complicated. Gold, the bullion banks, lending, this and that. It's really like a Byzantine, crazy scene of that. It's very hard. And I usually don't buy gold stocks,
Yeah.
But
the premium sometimes
it's very tough to figure out.
Yeah. Well,
but
hey, for BTG, I know
maybe it's time for me to get a subscription. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, no, BTG, or whatever it is you're trading, take advantage of these market profiles to the extent you can. You can call me anytime, send me an email, and I'll be happy to, post a chart for you, and then you'll know what those levels are. And that way, on any kind of pullbacks or something that you have an interest in, you'll know where at least the buyers are. Okay?
That's fabulous, Steve. Thanks, and have a great Easter.
Yeah, you too as well. Let's go out to Brent in California. Bye-bye. Brent, thanks for holding. Thanks for calling. How are you today? Do we have Brent? Do we still have Brent? We may have lost Brent, but I know that Brent was calling about U.S. Steel. So, and I don't know his question, but I don't necessarily need to know his question. I can just simply give Brent a feel for what we're looking at when we take a look at U.S. Steel out here. Now, right now, what we can see is that U.S. Steel has completed a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD to the upside. Now, in this case here, my eyes, when I was forming, and there's a couple different A to B equals CDs that we can put out here. So I'm just going to go with the one that was on my screen that was probably here because Brent and I were talking about it, which is coming off of the low from the trading day of March 16th. That's your A point. Your B point out here was the high from March 26th. There were 17 million shares. When price passed that, it was with 33 million shares and 30 million shares. That's your confirmed type of A to B equals CD to the upside. When you do the SPYs, you don't get that same thing. We do have Brent on the line. Brent, thanks for calling back.
Oh, yeah, no problem, Steve. How are you?
Very good. Yourself?
Oh, I'm doing just great. Thank you.
So are you still out hiking on the trails or just staying indoors or what's
I've been going every day. I've been actually catching some really nice sunrises, and I should send you some pictures I've taken. I'll send them to you.
Oh, that'd be great.
Of the area that I hike, and it's just, to me, it's a really beautiful area. It's what I kind of grew up around, in my youth, and so it kind of takes me back to that time. And it's just, this time of year in particular, the hills are really green, and we've got the wildflowers, and it's just very peaceful up there. It's nice to kind of go up and clear your mind a little bit.
Absolutely. Hey, I think the best time of the day is sunrise. That's the best time of the day. But that's just me. So, hey, let's take a look at U.S. Steel and tell me what you're looking at, how I can help you.
I was going to say really quickly the other day, I was up there and you had the moon setting, the full moon, and then the sun rising on the other side. So that was pretty nice. But yeah, I'm calling about this because I'm in at 510. I have shares, a fair amount of shares. I do have some options that are way out to 2022.
Okay.
So I kind of consider it to be a longer-term trade, but I'm not averse to taking profits on the shares themselves if it, hits the resistance and kind of completes a pattern or runs into an area that, could potentially pull back. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on different levels of resistance, maybe, TD counts or whatever. So.
Sure. Okay. So the one thing that you like, or that I like out here, and I think you'll like it as well, is on a weekly time frame chart, which shows that right now price is trading above the low from the week of March 2nd, and that low was $7 even Steven. We're trading at $7.22, and the reason, if price can close above that, it will have close the gap. And the gap could be an area of resistance. Now, when this had gapped down, it was with substantially more volume than what this is going up with. It will gap down with 110 million. We're half of that. Even if we had a Friday trading session, it's not going to be anywhere near that. But just simply repairing that window is a positive. The next level of resistance, even though you've hit your 1-to-1 A to B equals CD, and Brent, stay on through the breakout here, is going to be 799. You're going to be in day number 8 of a TD9 count, but hang with us, Brent. We'll be right back. We'll finish taking a look at U.S. Steel to close out the week. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks and commodities, along with specific recommendations including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at U.S. Steel with Brent in Martinez, California. And so Brent, I did mention to you, I want to give this level, and I'll just simply show the chart out here. That's the daily time frame, another daily time frame chart here for U.S. Steel. And the level where price broke down, its TD9 count breakdown level, is at 799. That was the high from March the 5th out there. Today's going to be bar number 8. We know that on bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9, we can see a change in trend. When U.S. Steel actually bottomed back here on March 16th, folks, it was with bar number 8 of a TD9 count. There was also Rhodes momentum indicator signal. Since then, we now have, today is a potential, is the completion of the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern. That doesn't mean that Brent would sell it or that you would try to go short U.S. steel because price may move up to the 1.272 or the 1.618 area. And that, Brent, is really where I really want to come in. So everything here looks like price wants to move higher. We know where some short-term resistance is above. Intermediate-term resistance would be at 988. That's the top of our weekly profile. But if you see some type of bearish reversal candle that forms, say, for example, on Monday, or maybe it's Tuesday out here, that would be confirming a Gartley sell pattern on the daily time frame. And that would say, okay, price might be able to pull back. The problem is there is no new profiles on the daily time frame. Its profiles for the daily are still way up above out there. And therefore, if this were to form some type of short-term topping pattern, the retracement level, the only thing I have out here would be the daily oscillator and change line, which is down at the 578 area. The other level that I could see on a pullback would be 667. That happens to be the weekly oscillator and change line level. So those would be the levels that I could provide to you. What other question do you have? Well, we've got about 15 seconds.
I think that covers it, about as good as you could do, Steve. I really appreciate that. That gives me a lot of levels to be watching.
Okay.
Again, I'll be seeing if I don't get some kind of bearish reversal. If not, I'll let the thing kind of go, and that's exactly what I wanted. So have a great weekend. Can't thank you enough. Just you take care, all right, Steve?
Thank you. You too. Great to hear from you. Folks, everybody, all the callers, thanks today. All the folks who wrote in. I'll get back to you, even though I didn't get you during the live show out there. Everybody have a happy Passover, a happy Easter out there, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Magical Monday. Be safe. Take care.